We are back for a few more questions. In the course of our conversation off campus, off camera, sorry, you talked about why you were over there and not knowing why you were over there. Can you kind of just tell me again what you were saying?
Oh, well, I was saying that we didn't know who was who unless, the north, up north they had the North Vietnamese record, they wore uniform. But down south they wore, they wore anything. You didn't know who was who until they fired upon us, you know.
So it was very difficult in the southern part of Vietnam to know who your enemy was.
Right, right.
So when the news would display scenes of soldiers shooting civilians, they didn't really accurately display what was going on over there.
Right.
Is that correct? Because it was very hard to tell who the enemy was and who was shooting at you.
Correct. And the north, the people in the south had people in the north, you know, they were soldiers, like.
Right. Now, did you tell me, were you in the South or were you in North Korea when you were there?
I was in the north part.
Oh, okay. So you were actually in enemy territory when you
Yes,
you were fighting over
4
there.
miles from the DMZ.
Oh, okay. And that was on the. Now, I did want to ask you another question. Did you feel that your mission or sense of purpose was fulfilled over there?
I think so.
And because I know the war was hard. It wasn't really defined. It wasn't like World War II where we were going to go and fight Nazis. I mean, it wasn't a clear cut of who the enemy was. So when you were fighting in Vietnam, what did you feel your purpose was? What, as a young man at 22, what did you feel the purpose was for being there?
But I actually don't know.
So was your purpose more that you were being obedient to your country and trusting them that, I don't know if you could say they had your best interest at heart, but at least they were supposed to know what they were doing by sending you over there?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so your purpose was more of just serving your country because they asked you to. Well,
Yes.
they told you to.
Right, because I didn't want to be.
You were told to be over there. Let's see, there was another question. Was there anything you would have done differently in terms of your mission when you were over there? Would there be anything you could have done differently, or it really wasn't that, you didn't really have a choice?
No, I had no choice.
You had no choice. So there's nothing you could have really have done differently when you were over there?
No.
Okay. When you were doing the recovery of the vehicles, how did you feel about that as your job, as the importance of that being your job?
Well, I don't know. I was the only one that was doing that. Out of my unit, I was the only one. I was the operator and I was the driver. Actually, my job, you're supposed to have a shotgun person, and you're supposed to have an operator and a driver. But
Oh, okay. So you did them all at this.
all except being a shotgun. I had somebody on a shotgun.
So there were two of you out in this wrecker,
Yes.
and so you would have another person who was armed, and he was supposed to protect you as you were driving. Is that?
Well, that plus when I'm on the back of the truck, I need a shotgun.
So were you armed as well to protect yourself?
Yes, but I couldn't hardly do it because I was supposed to have a 45, but I had an M14 rifle, and it's hard to operate and do that too.
So you'd have to drive and try to carry this weapon at the same time, or?
Well, I would have to stop and jump, take cover before I could do anything. But the weapon was actually behind the seat. But I couldn't.
Oh, okay. And so as you're out there trying to recover these vehicles, apparently, did the person who went with you ever get shot, or you guys kind of went out and came back okay?
Yeah, we came back okay. Because one time I had to go up north as far as I could go up to the DMZ, and then coming back, I wasn't up there no more than 20 minutes. Coming back, some truck had hit a landmine the way I just went, so I had to tow him back.
Oh,
back
okay.
to-
So it wasn't just your typical go pick up a broke down car like here. It was, you had to be very alert as to what you were doing.
Yes, yes,
It wasn't just driving, it was you had to drive and pay attention to enemies wherever they might be.
yes.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Steve, and thank you for participating in my class project.
You're welcome.